welcome to a new season of Equity in Session. My name is Omar Santana-Gomez. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the Legislative Director with your Washington State Office of Equity. This season, we will be doing things a little differently. Instead of weekly videos, we will be coming out with videos throughout session at key deadlines or cutoffs. We want to make sure we bring you up-to-date information in the most accessible way, short and to the point. And it is a long session, which means session runs from January 13th through April 27th, sine die. So there will be plenty to share with you. We are also bringing back a crowd favorite. Patrick will be back with us at the end of this video to close us out and talk to us about some of the bills we are tracking. Lastly, we will be bringing on guests to the show to talk to us about their work, resources they have found helpful, and any tips and tricks to navigate session. To kick us off, we wanted to share one resource we thought would be helpful, especially as we kick off this 2025 session. Rep. April Berg, representative of Washington's 44th Legislative District, shares the different processes of creating a bill. Take a look.
Hi, I'm State Representative April Berg. Welcome to my video series, Berg Bill Basics. In this first video on how a bill becomes a law, I will share with you how a bill is drafted. To illustrate how a bill becomes a law, I will walk you through a bill I sponsored to give 9th grade students the ability to receive college and the high school credit. Most bills are trying to solve a problem. These problems are often identified by local folks just like you.
Thank you, Rep. Berg, for this resource. Please see the links in this video to continue Berg Bill Basics. We'll share more resources available to you throughout this season of Equity in Session. Till next time, Patrick, take it away. Close us out with some bills to watch.
Thank you, Omar. This is Patrick Stickney, he, him pronouns, Senior Policy and Legislative Affairs Advisor for the Office of Equity. Like last year, I'll be highlighting some of the bills we're monitoring in our segment, Bills to Watch. First up, we have House Bill 1198 and Senate Bill 5167, which are the operating budget bills, House Bill 1227 and Senate Bill 5161, which are the transportation budget bills, and House Bill 1216 and Senate Bill 5195, which are the capital budget bills. So these are the budget bills. The way it works is that the governor proposes an operating budget, which is funding for most public services, a transportation budget, which is funding for things like public transit, bike lanes, roads, bridges, highways, and ferries, and the capital budget, which is funding for constructing and maintaining state buildings, public schools, higher education facilities, public lands, and parks. The contents of the budget are then turned into bills and filed in both the House and the Senate. If you look at the bill language currently for these bills, they match Governor Inslee's proposals, who was the governor during the time that budget proposals are regularly released in December. The House and the Senate then held hearings on these bills where the public could testify on what parts of them they liked or didn't about the bills. Sometime after late March, the House and the Senate will then each release their own budget proposals, and they will amend the bill numbers I just mentioned to match their proposals. Those proposals will then be passed by each House and will then be negotiated to reach agreement on the final budget. Once they have agreed to a final budget and passed it out of each House, the current governor, Governor Ferguson, will then review the budget and decide whether to approve it or reject it, also known as vetoing it. The governor can also veto certain parts of the budget while approving others. The process of writing budgets is ongoing, and there are many ways the public can provide input. If you're interested in finding out more about the current budget proposals, you can follow the link in the description, and there'll be a lot of developments in this space to come in the months ahead. Some of the other bills we're watching are Senate Bill 5139, Senate Bill 5199, and Senate Bill 5031, which were prime sponsored by Senator Claire Wilson, and House Bill 1085, which was prime sponsored by Representative Mary Fossey. These bills add seats for community participation on different councils, committees, or boards, and/or require that community compensation be provided to community members on those state entities. We will be watching what happens to these bills because of how they connect to our work in increasing community participation in state agency decision-making and in making sure that community members are compensated for their efforts in sharing their lived experiences using our community compensation guidelines, which we updated near the end of last year. And we look forward to following the conversation about these bills in committee. That's all we have. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this has been Equity in Session.